his own, dominating the paint and playing good basketball. It's so unfortunate with timing with his injury. He's going to surely be missed, especially versus this smaller UMES team.
Yeah, and Kor Jankouch, graduate student, 6'10", out of Sudan, is making his second start in place of the injured Reynolds. All right, Hal's control the tip. We're underway from Philadelphia. This is done at the elbow. Turnaround jumper by Damien is missed, and there is Jankouch with his first rebound. This is Battle trying to go baseline. We got a whistle and a foul called against the Hawks of Maryland Eastern Shore. Cohen Thompson, a senior out of Memphis, Tennessee, called for that first foul of the night. This is a veteran lineup in the starting five for the Hawks. 2 graduate students and 3 seniors.
Yes,
good feed from Miller to Jankouch, and he finishes with the slam dunk 2-0 Temple.
I really love the first 2 plays. Dunn trying to get going, as well as getting Hassan Miller involved in the offense, creating opportunities for other people.
Look at the starters for Maryland Eastern Shore. Miller out there guarding against Amadou Fofana. And this is Devon Boyles with it. Battle switches over, got a hand on it, and stolen away by Miller, and we got a foul in the back court. That's going to be called against Kevon Boyle, senior guard out of Cape Charles, Virginia. Temple will get the ball with a 2-0 lead. We've played almost a minute.
After speaking to Coach Aaron McKee yesterday after practice, his biggest concern is trying to keep these guards out of the lane. They do a wonderful job of attacking the closeouts, getting into the paint, and drawing contact. And he was like, can we keep them in front of them? That's the only concern we have as of now. That's our priority of stopping them from getting in the paint.
Jason Crafton is in his 4th season as head coach of the Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks. Played his collegiate ball at Nyack, coached there for 7 years before taking over as the head coach at Maryland Eastern Shore. Okay. There was apparently a Maryland Eastern Shore player on the court who was not in the scoring book.
Oh, that's like AAU rules. What happens? Is that a technical on the ball? Like,
well, I'm not sure. I don't know if it has something to do. I know Nathaniel Pollard has worn up until tonight the number 22, and he's out there wearing number 12. So maybe that's the mix-up. I'm not sure.
So, yep,
I think we're going to get an explanation
here. Oh, there we go.
Okay, he was wearing a different number.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're going to hold it against him.
Old-fashioned switching the numbers.
Oh, they are. They're going to get done on the line for a technical foul.
Old-fashioned switching the numbers. I wish coaches did that for me when I fouled out of games.
And Damien converts. So I've seen everything now. Did you ever see that call before?
I have. Yes, I have a mentorship AAU program. I've seen that many times the AAU field.
Okay, we're not in AAU.
Exactly, and not on this level.
How about that? All right. Learn something new every day, don't you? Every other day, maybe. The ball and a 3-0 lead for Temple. Hicks swinging it over to Battle. Catch and shoot by Califf. And the rebound goes to the Hawks. Clearing the way was number 12, Nathaniel Pollard.
I'm sure that's his number.
That's his number now.
So watch how Maryland Eastern Shore does a good job of putting the ball down, getting to the rim, creating opportunities.
Deshaun Phillip with a 3 at the top, no good.
They play very loose team with the ability to create what they want when they see a mismatch.
Battle to Dunn, swing it left corner. Hicks with a 3-ball. It's good.
Zach Hicks.
Catch and shoot.
Yes, get in going from the 3. He really flourishes when Dame Dunn and Battle has it going simultaneously in the same game.
So the first tray of the night for either team. And for Hicks on the season now, 28 threes, averaging just under 9 points a game. Another miss by the Hawks, another rebound for the Owls. This is Hasir Miller into the front court. Jankouch with the high ball screen. Coming off the screen over there, set by Jankouch's Battle. Banks it up and in, and Temple's off to an 8-0 lead to get it started.
getting into the paint. The Maryland Eastern Shore team is not the tallest of teams. Teams that really beat them this year has really did a good job of scoring in the paint on this smaller lineup. Maybe Temple can duplicate that.
Battle near the top, scoring-wise, in the American Athletic Conference. 19 a game coming in. Deep three out of the right wing is good to get Eastern Shore on the scoreboard.
Little inside-out action by Maryland Eastern Shore. They do a good job of running sets from the low post once the player gets the ball.
That was Amadou Fofana, averaging 8.5 points a game.
Say that twice.
How about say it once sometimes? Jan Kuch in the lane, count it, and a foul.
Let's see.
So a good start for the big guy.
Oh, they did count the bucket. I thought they would put it on the floor.
Yeah, I think that foul is going to be called against Glenn Anderson. And to the line for Temple will go Kur Jankuc.
Jankuc is a defensive player for this team. Him and Jamil in a lineup. One was more offensively heavily. One was defense, meaning this gentleman here, he was able to get the bucket. That's a good sign if Temple can get him going around the rim and put pressure on Maryland Eastern Shore.
He's a graduate transfer, 6'10", 215. We mentioned he's out of South Sudan. He played at Northern Colorado. 10-3 Temple after that miss by Kur. And now some pressure at half court, and it looks like we have a timeout called by the Hawks.
Temple pressure forcing them to pick that ball up and call that 22nd timeout.
Yeah, so Temple handling the pressure of the Hawks pretty well. Early going, 32nd timeout. You know, let's talk again about guys stepping up. And so far, Jankuc has done that tonight at his second start. He's got to feel, you know, a little uneasy out there. He started down at Ole Miss for the first time this season. Like you said, he's not out there for his points. But now, are they going to put more pressure on him? Not pressure, but, you know, get him the ball, try to see what he can do offensively? Or is that going to be just spread out among the other guys? You know, Battle and Dunn and Hicks.
Well, it's going to have to be by committee when it comes to this front court at Temple University. But when Battle and Dunn are going downhill, you got to bring help. And when you bring help, that's when he should get easy putbacks around the rim. And, you know, if he can catch and finish and catch some lobs, he'll be a great threat, vertical spacer we call it, which will suck the defense in pause that will leave Zach Hicks and others open on the weak side.
Just under 17 minutes left in the first half, and the inbounds play near half court for Maryland Eastern Shore. Good feed inside and a slam dunk by Phillip off the feed by Cohen Thompson.
Weak side defense. Temple will have to be aware this team is looking to get a lot of weak side action and pick and rolls to open up on the weak side for the penetration.
This is John Cooch, sends it to the right sideline, and Caleb Battle. Now they blast out the double. There's that tenacious defense. Hicks, little bump and dribble there by Zach Hicks, and a travel called against the Owls. Zach Hicks.
Scout reports out Mr. Hicks from Camden, New Jersey. You know he wants to shoot the three being 6'8", so they counter him and they make him put it on the floor. He's shown signs this year of gotten better at doing that, but it has to be consistent because they're not going to leave him open.
That was a little example of what they can do on defense. I'm talking about the Hawks. 25 turnovers they forced against Clark Summit in their last game. 18 steals. 18 steals. And there's a turnover against the Hawks, and Temple gets it back. But 18 steals, Mark.
Being so small, that's a benefit of being a small team. You're faster than most teams, so you force them to play faster than you want to. They'll never get a rhythm.
Damian Dunn with a step back three on the way. Won't go. Core tries to get the rebound and can't. And Fofana brings it out. One of the smallest guys on the floor right now for the Hawks. This is Hupstead. Here is a pass deflected by Dunn. But Davis got it back, missed, and the rebound goes to Caleb Battle, and he is fouled in the backcourt by Chase Davis. Chase is out of Akukuk, Maryland, St. Andrew's Episcopal School, 6'3", sophomore guard. We got a timeout with 15:36 left in the first half here at the Liacouras Center. It's a 10-5 lead for the Owls over the Hawks of Maryland Eastern Shore. Time now for tonight's keys to the game, and as always brought to you by David Auto. And with her keys to tonight's game, our sideline reporter, Nikki Jones. Nikki, take it away.
These are to contain the penetration and also eliminate the three. These two things are the way that Temple gets a lot of their points. So if they can stop or slow down one, then I think they'll have a better chance at this. And then also for Temple, they want to make sure that they can take care of the ball. Knowing that UMES is second in the MEAC in steals per game, they want to make sure that they find the defense before passing. And in addition to the passing, share the ball. Make sure that they get the best open shot each possession.
All right, Nikki. So far, good start for Temple here in the first 4.5 minutes. The Owls shooting it well, marked 57% in the early going compared to the Hawks only 33%, 2 for 6 from the field.
Yeah, this Temple team seeming to have their way early on versus Maryland Eastern Shore, but they have to keep it going. You know, one thing, when you start hitting shots, you kind of get confused and blinded and not understanding what's the benefit of your team.
Here's
they
a turnover.
have to attack them around the rim.
There's a turnover. Walking is the call. Travel called against Damian Dunn. We got a new big man out there for Temple, Nick Jourdain, who's going to help also fill that void with Reynolds out 6 to 8 weeks. He replaces Jean Couch for Aaron McKee.
Yeah, very versatile guy. You see he's the biggest guy on the court for Temple, guarding the smallest player for Maryland Eastern Shore. And Temple forcing a turnover by Maryland Eastern Shore.
Yeah, Hupstead tried to get it to Davis on the sideline near center court. Battle playing some good defense there, and the ball goes out of bounds off the Hawks. And the turnover will give it to the Owls, who lead 10-5 as we approach the 15-minute mark. And in the turnover department, that is the third in tonight's game against the Hawks. Temple has turned it over just once, and here's Dunn. No-look pass to Jourdain. Wide open is Battle. Can't hit it. Zach Hicks with the rebound. Gets it underneath, and the layup is made by Damian Dunn.
Zach Hicks, 6'8", not just a shooter, has really did a good job this year rebounding the ball, using his height as an advantage.
Hicks, fourth best in scoring, just under 9 a game. Penetration off the dribble, no, but there's a putback and a score by Pollard.
When you play to the half-court trap, once a quick shot get up, it's hard to get in position and rebound the ball. And as you can see, Maryland Shore took advantage of that, getting a second chance opportunity. Scrappy team.
Temple's lead right now is 5. The Owls had gotten off to an 8-0 start. This is Battle deep. Oh, yes, set a foul. The Cardinals sin foul against Stiles. Zion Stiles reached out, made contact with the 3-ball shooter. And Battle has a chance at a 4-point play.
You know what's interesting about that? Even though he got fouled, the play before that, the same thing happened. He got fouled, and the refs didn't see it, but they found it on that one. Maryland should have to do a better job. We know Battle's a shooter, but closing out, staying on their feet. You're not going to block a 3-point shot, so don't put yourself in that negative position.
Right at the top of the list in 3-point shooting in the American Athletic is Caleb. That's his 38th tray. Shoots at about 37% on the season. And now Temple has its biggest lead at 16-7. We've played 6 minutes. Last year, these two teams opened up their season right here on the same floor, and Temple had a big 72-49 win. So that game and this game, the only 2 times they have ever met.
That's really surprising for me, Ari. You know, considering the schools are so close to each other, meaning driving distance.
Here's a deep 3 over there by Amadou Fofana. He made it. That's out in Caleb Battle range.
Yeah, he's able to shoot that ball. He's really feeling confident in himself. He's shooting 37% or close to it on the leer. Got to get open.
Near steal by the Hawks, but Miller maintains control. He's got Battle to his right, and he's got Jaleel White, who's in the ball game for the Owls now. Dribbles into the lane, looking for help. Jourdain can't get the shot away, but gets the pass off to Miller with 4 to shoot. Dribble penetration by Miller, and we have a travel called against the sophomore out of Philadelphia's Newman Goretti High School.
Trying to be aggressive, shot clock going down. He got to create. Unfortunately, ended with a turnover. But right there, under the basket, you got to shoot that ball. You got to shoot that ball. You under that rim, kicking it out. making the shot clock go down is not going to help your team. To me, Maryland East Shore has to pick up the tempo and make some misses. They got to get this game more up and running.
Temple now has turned it over 3 times, twice by traveling. All right, here's the Hawks trying to cut into that 6-point lead. Here's another block by Nick Jourdain. That may be the best thing he does in terms of when he's on the floor. He comes up with a lot of blocks, Nick Jourdain.
He's so active. He's so active around the rim area, and he's so versatile guarding smaller players. Don't make a difference. I think he is a great tool in the tool chest to have for Coach Aaron McKee.
That's his 15th block of the season, leads the Owls in that department. Good defense there by Jourdain, and with the loose ball comes Battle. Jourdain tries to finish with the big flush.
Got to get back. He missed the shot.
You can't think about it. Oh, a bank shot and an and one coming up for Nugent.
Listen, you missed a dunk, so what? Get back on defense.
Yeah, the body language was not good.
Yeah, he worried about the missed last play. Forget it. Watch this, ladies and gentlemen. Try to rise up. Boom. Watch him. Pelton. You got to get back on D. That body language just hurt your team. Just force them to cause an N1. You got to get back. You got to communicate, be better. Forget the last play. Worry about the next play.
Yeah, nice play at the other end by Donchevel Nugent, graduate student out of Newburgh, New York. Went to Clarendon College, and all of a sudden it's a 3-point game, 16-13. And we got Kaur back in there for Temple as Jourdain. They picked up on the body language move, and he's sitting.
There they go.
There's another turnover for the Owls. Another deep 3 for the Hawks. And it's Chase Davis with the tray ball. And we are all tied at 16. We had a 9-point Temple lead about two minutes ago, and all of a sudden we're all even at 16.
Absolutely. This Maryland Eastern Shore team makes you play faster. What I mean, they make you go a little bit more fast, force you to play out of your comfort zone, which gets it in a will pocket and becomes a run-and-gun game.
Penetration. A little jump step there by Damian Dunn, and he's fouled. He'll go to the line for 2 shots.
Dunn getting in the lane, causing contact. He flourishes. He loves that, and it puts pressure on the defense.
Damian has kind of dropped off compared to last season at the line. He's still shooting it at 86%, right behind his teammate Caleb Battle, who's at 87. Both of them top 5 in the conference in free throws. And Damian just made the first of 2 here.
I think they're a perfect 1-2 punch the way they like to score the ball. Battle likes to hop around that 3-point line, get those threes off, and Battle loves to initiate contact. Consistency is the key. You can be off, but if I designate you as my go-to scorer, you got to try to be aggressive every game. And I think the last 6 Dunn has not did a good job of that. He has to be aggressive at all times.
Second by Damian is good, so he and Battle are perfect from the line tonight. Battle 1 for 1, Damian 3 for 3, and Temple has a 2-point lead at 18-16 with 12 minutes left, first half. Good defense here by Miller on Anderson. Anderson lays it off to Davis, and Davis gets a layup down low.
Core not showing hard enough on that pick and roll, didn't cut the angle off, and the Eastern Shore guard turned the corner, created an opportunity.
This is Caleb Battle. Lays it off to White, and now Hasir Miller.
Look how high Temple offense is. Maryland Eastern Shore
closer
pressure
to the half-court line than the foul line.
The pressure is really making them play far out.
Miller banks it home. Hasir Miller.
2-foot
Miller
jump
now
stop.
in the scoring column. His first 2, and Temple back to a 2-point advantage at 20-18.
2-foot jump stop, ladies and gentlemen. Newman Goretti native, Hasir Miller.
This would give a lead, and it does. How about Nugent hitting the 3?
Confidence.
Wow.
100 by Maryland Eastern Shore. Executing their offense, being aggressive, and playing fast, which they love to do.
We've seen Donchevel Nugent go inside, that time from 3-point range, and it's a 21-20 lead for the Hawks. This is Battle working to get a free look at it. No good, out of bounds, and let's see, I think it's going to be called off the Hawks. It is. Temple will get the inbound. They'll reset that shot clock. But we talked a lot already tonight about the defense of Maryland Eastern Shore. They're doing it at the other end as well and have a 1-point lead to show for it.
Absolutely. Momentum's going Eastern Shore's way.
A bird can't explain all the complex physics of flight. It just flies, kind of like what
All right, welcome back to the Leocora Center on the Temple campus. Harry Donahue, Mark Jackson, Dickie Jones with you. This is what Maryland Eastern Shore did last year under Coach Kraft. 11-16, that was a 7-win improvement from the previous season. Steals per game, 5th in the NCAA, Mark. They averaged better than 10 steals a game, and they allowed 66 and a half points, 4th best in the conference last year. Here's a miss by Battle and a breakaway at the other end. Oh, he fell down. And the ball is saved by the Hawks. Let's see if they can still capitalize after that miss off of Battle, as Davis looked like he was going to have an easy layup and just couldn't maintain the dribble.
Now, you might look at that as a negative, but look at the speed of Maryland Eastern Shore. The man fall down the floor, and the second guy even picked the ball up. They outran Temple.
That's got Zion Styles with that jump shot to make it a 3-point lead for the Hawks at 23-20.
Lights out shooter, but can finish over people.
There's the double on the big man. And we got a whistle. We got a foul, I believe, against the Hawks.
So as we said, normally teams double team big men as we're looking to score on a low post. But one thing that this coach does, if your big man is not necessarily a slow post scorer, he's going to double them, force them out their comfort zone because they're not used to getting double. Think about that. If the guy you're not used to scoring, you're not used to getting double, so imagine the pressure he puts on the big guy by doing that to them daily.
So it's going to be a 1-1 for Kor Jankuc for Temple, making his second start because of the injury to Reynolds, and he's making the most of it so far. Makes the front end of that 1-1. He's got 5 points.
Not a bad start for the backup center, who is now the starting center for Aaron McKee.
At what point does he feel comfortable as a starter? I wasn't against Ole Miss probably the entire night. Here it looks like it started to sink in a little bit.
Here's the crazy part. It's not how many games you start, it's how many good games you have starting that makes you comfortable. If you start but not doing as well as you would like, you never get confident.
Lane violation after the miss, Kor makes. And here comes Jourdain back in. So does Damian Dunn. Miller's out. And also headed to the Temple bench is Kor Jankuc. So the Owls have out there Battle, White, Miller. Fontaine or Jourdain is in there for Jankuc. And Damian Dunn is back out there Zach Hicks also is the 5th man on the floor for Temple. Good backdoor look and a layup by Nugent. Great pass by Cohen Thompson. Wow. Nugent hit the deck, but it looks like he's okay. Or did he get fouled? He got fouled.
He got fouled.
Yeah.
Backdoor play. Weak side not there. A step late cost you a step point, and they got to end one. Got to be there. Temple's so aggressive from the strong side of the ball that Maryland East Shore is taking advantage of the backdoor cuts to loosen them up a little bit on the perimeter.
You get the sense that the confidence level is really building for the Hawks. They lead by 3. Missed free throw, and the rebound goes to Nick Jourdain for Temple. So the Owls had a 9-point lead earlier this half. Right now they trail by 3. Zach Hicks trying to post up with Jourdain. There's the double mark. And we have a foul called against the Hawks. Phillip is called for the foul. It's going to be a 1-and-1 for Nick Jourdain.
So listen here. 2 straight fouls done in the post. But if they didn't foul him, they were going to possibly get a turnover there. So I know the coach is like, hey, we got called for it. Get our hands out the cookie jar. Just play straight up disciplined defense. It's going to work in our favor.
So for the Owls, it'll be Nick Jourdain at the free throw line. Makes the first Jourdain on the season at the line. That was his 20th attempt. He now has made 11.
Watch the double. They doubled him right there, as you can see. They got to push shoulder to shoulder. Don't let the man step through, and you'll come up with something on your side.
Second one is missed. Ball's on the floor, and Jourdain's down there in the scrum, but away with it comes Maryland Eastern Shore.
Maryland Eastern Shore is going to look to push this tempo. Now watch how Temple guard this strong side D.
Len Anderson gets it over to Fofana, and he hits another one.
Off the glass, though. Does that count as 3? I didn't hear him call bank, and I'm sitting here courtside. Got to call bank, get 3. That's only 2 points. Coach
wow.
said we're taking.
That was a long-distance shot to make it a 5-point lead for the Hawks. Temple looking for an answer, and Battle tries to provide it. Can't, but the putback by White, no good at the rim. Ball's out of bounds. Touch last by Jaleel White.
Jaleel White is so active. He's imposing his will. He's a tall, strong, long perimeter player. Being aggressive on the offensive glass. We all know he be calling the alley cat. Temple calls him the alley cat because going against him is a physical game. If he can get some rebounding in, it helps Temple out.
If he can get any scoring, it's going to help Temple out. He's only averaging just over 3 points a game. All right, here come the Hawks in the person of Phillip and a whistle, and we have a foul called against the Owls.
Phillip with a veteran move. Jaleel White put his arm out there. Phillip grabs his arm and rips through, which forces you to foul him. Jaleel White with 2 fouls.
That is the third Temple foul, but 2 of them against White. And here are the Hawks trying to build on a 5-point lead, and there's another bank shot. Trey.
Another
Phillip.
Bank. Man, I think we'll make a deposit. The bank is open tonight for Maryland Eastern Shore.
Maryland Eastern Shore lighting it up. That is their 6th three-pointer. 6 of 8. Down low, Jourdain banks it in. Good feed and assist to Damian Dunn.
What about the patience by Dunn? Picked up his dribble, using his footwork, created a passing lane for Jourdain to get the finish after that.
Here's another stat for you. You ready? 18 bench points for the Hawks so far. And here's a steal. Turnover, Hawks. Battle tries to lay it back for White. Can't do it. Another turnover for the Owls. Quickly down at the other end. 3 balls on the way. No good. That's a rare miss for them from 3-point range. They'll try another one at the top. Short of the iron, but they get their own rebound.
Long shot, long rebound. Momentum for Maryland Eastern Shore. The pace is fast, playing in their way.
Anderson dribbles between the circles. 10 to shoot. 6-point lead for Maryland Eastern Shore. Another long 3 won't go. That's 3 trays, and then they get a layup down low on the putback by Hupstead.
3 straight offensive putbacks. That wears a team down. Temple needs to get it going.
8-point lead. Here's a whistle. We got a blocking foul called against Hupstead. It's going to be a 1-and-1 when we come back for Nick Jourdain. Well, a little holiday surprise maybe for the Hawks as Jason Crafton's team is out to an 8-point advantage, 33-25. They lead Temple with 7:18 to go in the first half.
This Maryland Eastern Shore team has returned 8 of their players, 4 of which are starters. And if we look at their top 4 leading scorers for the season, they are averaging between 8 and 11 points per game. It's not just one player or one person who's dominating, which would set one apart from the rest. That's because their motto is one way: play with tenacity, play as a family. The one way is to share the ball. It makes everyone a threat. Focusing on 1 or 2 players isn't going to cut it, and all 5 must be guarded.
You know, Nikki and Mark, in the first 5 minutes of tonight's game, Maryland Eastern Shore attempted 6 shots, made 2. Since then, they have attempted 17 shots and made 11, and a bunch of threes. They're shooting 65% in the last, like 8-9 minutes of the ball game, as Nick Jourdain just made the front end of the 1-and-1.
I really believe getting up and down, forcing Temple on their heels, getting what they want, and they taking advantage of Temple's aggressiveness on the strong side of the court.
Jourdain makes both, and he will go to the bench. And we have another big man coming in for the Owls as Core Jankuch returns to replace Nick Jourdain. Core with 6 points. He and Battle each with 6. Dunn has 5.
But he also has only 1 rebound. I know if Aaron McKee had his way, he would make sure he has more rebounds than points.
Approaching the 7-minute mark. And here's another tray up top, missed. And there is a hustle rebound by Fofana. He took it away from the big man.
Outworking them, beating them to 50-50 balls. Temple got to do a better job of that.
In the corner, the miss over there by Thompson off the pass from Pollard, and Temple does get it back. This is Damian Dunn. Damian Dunn at the elbow right. Bucket. Dunn for a deuce. And Temple has reduced the lead to 4 at 33-29, Maryland Eastern Shore.
Damian Dunn is so athletic and so big for his position that if he just get to a spot and elevate, things become so much easier for him.
Good defense by Jankuch. They got to guard Fofana out there. And
great show by Jankuch.
Dunn doing it. 3 ball from the left side is good. Up and in over there by Phillip. And it's a 7-point lead again at the 6-minute mark. 36-29 Hawks.
During the last time out, this Hawks team was shooting 55% from 3, and it hasn't slowed up.
Jankuch picking up that dribble, sends it back to the right, and Battle. Dribble penetration by Caleb. Bank, no. Rebound, Hawks.
Bad body language. Battle must get back on defense.
This is Boyles, and we have a whistle stopping play. We got an injured player near half court in Colin Thompson.
Can we talk about the significance of Maryland Eastern Shore pretty much scoring with 4 guys? Because Battle missed the layup and didn't sprint back on defense.
Second time we've seen that happen with a Temple player, right?
So they didn't have all 5 guys able to score, and they found a back door because Temple lacked getting back. They got to be more disciplined in the game.
Floor balance.
Yes.
Coach Maloney, the late, great Jim Maloney.
My guy.
That's all he preached about. Floor balance.
My guy.
Get back. You miss a shot, get back. You can't have 5 against 4.
You can't, and you see what happened there.
Last meeting, this was last November 10th. First time they ever played in history. Battle had 22 and 6 rebounds. Deshaun Phillip, who's also here tonight, led the Hawks. He had 11 points. And Temple really won that game inside. Points in the paint, big advantage for the Owls.
Yes, it is. They got to get down low, get something at the rim.
(38-29) Maryland Eastern Shore. This is Miller handing over to Zach Hicks. Now Battle gets it back to Miller. Hicks has only 3 points on the night and only 1 shot, a tray that he made from the corner. Missed shot. Jourdain does a good job to keep it alive. Now here's Hicks from that same spot. Make it 2 for 2, Zach Hicks.
Good pass by Battle, finding him, skip the pass for him. Zach from Camden Catholic hitting the 3.
Nick Jourdain's little tip off that missed shot, the first one, made it all happen. And here are the Hawks trying to answer. This is Pollard taking it inside. Now they dish it over to that right wing, and a missed jump shot by Stiles. The long rebound goes all the way to the backcourt, controlled by Maryland Eastern Shore.
The young fella, Hassan Miller, getting a long rebound. He did the first part and then picked that dribble up and see your surroundings.
Chase Davis with the big man Jourdain on him, puts up the jump shot that's missed, and Battle has the rebound for the Owls. Takes it into the front court. Damian Dunn out on that right wing. Three ball by Dunn is good. Damian Dunn hits the three. That's his first tray. And Temple has narrowed the lead to 3 points at 38-35. Maryland Eastern Shore at the 4-minute mark.
Look for Maryland Eastern Shore to get something going on the weak side, faking it out on the strong side, forcing Temple.
We got a blocking foul called as Stiles collided in the lane. And the foul is going to be called against Damian Dunn.
Stiles went hard and met Dunn head on, literally. And Dunn seen it, took it the worst of the bunch.
Yep, Stiles is, or check that, Damian is still down in the lane on his back. So the Hawks maintain a 3-point lead with under 4 minutes remaining in the first half here in Philadelphia. 38-35, Maryland Eastern Shore over Temple. Well, Damian Dunn took it to the chops, so to speak, Mark, but it was a common foul, so there's no flagrant one called. The officials, Stephen Anderson, KB Burdett Jr., and Lucas Santos looked it over during that timeout, and Damian's going to take a seat.
Yeah, Dame Dunn went back to the locker room to get it reevaluated. He took it right on the kisser, left side of the jaw, unfortunately. But, you know, it was a legal play. It wasn't dirty. He was just making a move to the basket. Unfortunately, Dunn was in the wrong place at the wrong time. So we'll see what happens with Dunn.
So the foul on Damian Dunn, they'll check him out. Jaleel White will come in to replace Damian. That foul was the first on Damian Dunn. Nobody in real serious problems. Jaleel White has 2 for Temple. The Owls have only committed 4 fouls here in the first half, so they still have 2 to give under 4 minutes left. And the first one is made by Stiles. One more to come for him. The lead now at 4 for the Hawks.
Maryland Eastern Shore bench with 20 to 5 off the bench for them.
Makes them both. And Styles will go out, and he is going to be replaced by Colin Thompson. 5-point game, under 4 minutes left, first half. Jaleel White feeling the heat, gets it to Hicks, who's doubled. This is Jourdain down low. He's doubled. Everywhere you look, there's a Hawk or two around the ball.
They wait for you to turn your back, and they bring the double from the weak side. They do a good job of that, and they have very good success when they're not fouling doing it.
Temple inbound, 18 to shoot. This is Hicks. He's hit 2 threes. Now he's in the lane for a deuce, and he got it. Zach Hicks.
6'8" guard to step into a spot, elevate and shoot over his opponent. Sometimes the game can be a little bit simple.
Well, the biggest guy out there is Thompson for the Hawks. He's 6'7". Yeah. There's a lot of 6'1", 6'3" guys out there.
And that 6'1" may be pushing it. Right now, Hassan Miller is actually guarding him in a low post. They look same height.
There's another block by Nick Jourdain. Hawks get it back. There's another block by Jourdain. 2 on that possession. 3 on the night.
He's an active guy. He reads and times you very well.
This is White across the foul line. Jourdain with the 3 that goes in and out. And the rebound is grabbed by Chase Davis. And the Hawks will be a deliberate dribble into the front court. Glenn Anderson. Side court it goes to Kevon Boyles. Loose ball. And getting it was Davis. Down low, the layup, no, but a foul coming up. I think Hasir Miller is going to be charged with that foul. That's his first. And 2 shots for Maryland Eastern Shore.
Temple picking it up defensively, getting in the passing lane. Unfortunately, got hit with a little cheap foul, but the effort was there by Temple.
Nathaniel Pollard Jr. out of Richmond, Virginia. Highland Springs High School will go to the line for 2 shots. We got a 3-point game here with just under 2.5 minutes till the half. Line drive miss. A little heavy on that shot, huh?
Yeah, 69% free throw shooter. Didn't get it to fall on that one.
Second by Pollard. Softens it up a little bit and makes. 41-37 Hawks. Couple subs for Coach Crafton and Maryland Eastern Shore.
And you know what? They just don't stop. They take out 2 feisty guards. They bring 2 more in. Look, his team is built on heavy guard pay.
Yep, nobody gets a chance to get too winded. White beating the pressure. He leaves it over to Jourdain. Trying to get it to Battle. Does. Down the lane. The pass goes back off Jourdain to Hasir Miller. 10 to shoot.
Temple's very patient.
Ball screen set out there by Jourdain. They try to get it to him. That was a real errant pass. Temple got it back. Hicks fires and hits another tray, his third. Just as the shot clock expired.
Referee's going to take a look at that to see was it good. It looked
I think it was in air, didn't it? When we heard it.
I think his fingernail. Did he get a pedicure lately, a manicure lately? You know, it depends on that. Let's see.
You look at that was close.
That was close.
That was real
That's
close.
That's as close as my haircut, and I'm bald.
I hear you. They're going to give him the bucket. So another tray for Zach Hicks. He is a perfect 4 for 4 from the field and 3 for 3.
Oh, good job,
Jinx.
Good job. Now you just jinx him. I guarantee you this is the next shot.
1-point game. Under 2 minutes left. Pollard. Don Chevelle, Nugent out there. There's a no-mo steal, and the Owls do come up with a good hustle battle. He got a 2-on-1. Jourdain, the lob, and a finish by Nick Jourdain. Started with the turnover, ended with the flush, and Temple has the lead at 42-41.
Temple doing a good job of creating opportunities of offense from the defensive end.
All of a sudden, the mojo has shifted to the Owls, and Jason Crafton wants a timeout for his Hawks of Maryland Eastern Shore. Good play, the turnover, and Jourdain finishes. Perfect lob by Caleb Battle.
Absolutely. Jourdain, listen, his energy the last 4 minutes of the game has been extraordinary. on a defensive end, crashing the glass in transition. Jardine so far is keeping a minute.
Pretty good effort by Nick. 7 points, 2 for 5 from the field, 3 for 4 at the line, and 3 blocked shots. He must have been listening to us when we kind of chastised him for the body language.
Exactly.
That was, on display earlier in the game, because I think he got the message.
Exactly. Sometimes you need a little reminder when you make a little mistake
You need
to
a
make
short
up for
memory.
it. Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
I mean, real short.
Yes.
All right, final minute 20. Let's see if the Hawks can answer here. Temple on a little run here to grab the lead. This is Pollard. Jourdain chases, and now they switch off as Fofana has it. Fofana is going to be short on the jumper. The rebound, the battle.
Good defense by Temple switching on D.
The Hawks are 0 for their last 6 from the field. Open is Miller. Took a little bit of time on that little ball fake and gets it to Battle. 14 to shoot. Battle with 10. Hicks wide open. Watch out. Got it. Zach Hicks is 4th tray. Temple's got a 4-point lead.
Battle. Creating opportunities for other. All attention's on him because he's the leading scorer of the team. Created an easy look for Zach Hicks.
Temple now with an 8-0 run over the last minute and 15. This is Pollard banging. Jourdain reached in and is called for his first personal foul. That looked like it could have gone either way.
Yeah, I believe you got to let people play. The big fella was in this. Watch this, go with the back down move.
Boom.
Now you got to let him play. If he initiate the contact, you got to let him give and take. Got to let him give and take.
There was a lot less contact from Nick Jourdain than there was by Nathaniel Pollard Jr. But he got the advantage of the call, and he makes the first free throw. That ends that 8-0 run by Temple.
That Maryland sure rarely goes to the low post, but if you're going to go down there and you're going to come out with some easy free throws, they might like to do that more often.
Pollard is 2 for 3 at the line, and now he's made 3 straight. And the lead a deuce with 23 seconds remaining.
Temple have an opportunity to get the last shot of the half.
Let's see what happens here in the final 20 seconds. Pressure at half-court battle goes to Miller. And we have a timeout called with 14.8 seconds to play by Temple coach Aaron McKee. What are you going to set up here?
Got to get something going towards the rim. Look for Battle. Maybe to set some kind of pick to loosen up the defense. They're coming off something himself.
Maybe a little dribble penetration.
There you go.
Find Hicks out there on the wing. He's been the man with the hot hands.
But I think Battle would have the ball in his hands before the defense.
You know, this is a look at the standings in the American. Houston, of course, with just the 1 loss. Memphis, Penny's got him playing well. UCF, Cincinnati. Temple will see Cincinnati on January 1st here at the Leah Coors Center, as the Owls now have finished with tonight's game their non-conference schedule. And Temple sitting down there with a 6-6 record, getting ready for conference play in the American.
Absolutely. Temple has to be picking it up. But you know what? They get with the 6 losses. They're only 1 or 2 games up from moving up, jumping 3 or 4 spots. So every win counts.
Temple has really stepped up defensively, as the Hawks have not scored any field goals in the last 5 minutes and 18 seconds. Here's a steal, though, and there's Nick Jourdain with some hustle in the backcourt. 10 seconds remaining.
Aaron McKee cannot be happy with that play.
Here's Miller. Open is Hicks. Another tray, in and out. That's his first miss from 3-point range, and a three-quarter length shot almost went in. But there's the horn, and that's the end of the first 20 minutes here at the Leah Coors Center. So Temple led big early, trailed, and now has come back and lead 6, I believe. Yeah.
Long time right there.
Long time ago. I actually saw my first college basketball game 2 years before that.
Really?
Yeah. Am I dating myself? At Convention Hall. I'll talk about it. Here's a errant pass. Battle tried to find Miller. I think it may have glanced off his shin, and it's going to be Hawks ball. I saw LaSalle play Holy Cross. Holy Cross had a guy by the name of Tommy Heinsohn.
Yes, right from there.
LaSalle had a fellow by the name of Tom goal line.
Ooh, one of the best in South history.
At Convention Hall, no Palestra then. Ooh.
No Palestra back then?
No, they didn't play at the Palestra. That was Kevon Boyles getting it started for the Hawks with a 3, and it's a 46-45 Maryland Eastern Shore lead. And there's that tenacious defense. Jumping in there was Deshaun Phillip, but he's going to be called for the foul. Trying to get the steal away from Caleb Battle.
Maryland Eastern Shore has one speed. That's tenacity. That's the only speed they play with.
And as well as they're playing offensively now, that's got to help them out on defense. A lot of times it goes the other way, right? Defense to offense.
Yep.
Down low, look at Will White circling in the lane and getting the layup uncontested.
That's good for Temple Owls. Get some buckets out of him.
So it's a 1-point Temple advantage. We've played almost a minute here in the second half at the Leocoris Center. Dribble penetration by Fofana. Now they get it to the corner. This is Phillip. He missed. And Kor Jankuch comes away with the rebound. Turnover's not a big issue here tonight. Each team has turned it over like 5 times in the first half.
Temple seems very aggressive on the defensive end and communicating more. Maryland Eastern Shore started the game off with a turnover, came out right back with a 3.
Battle hits his second 3. He's 2 for 6 beyond the line. He's got 9 points. Temple has a 4-point lead. Oh, good look. Easy play as Phillip took the pass from Pollard. Good setup. There was nobody back there.
Hey, that's the 4th time this game taking advantage of Temple weak side. Temple is doing a good, they denying the strong side, and what they're doing is they're leaving a weak side open, and Maryland East Shore is finding that man.
Zach Hicks to Battle. Swing it the other side to Miller. And here's Hicks, or White rather. Good move. Nice little spin along the baseline by Jaleel. So he's got a couple buckets here early in the second half, and Temple has another 4-point advantage. Baseline move by Boyles. This is Pollard. Good look to the cutter, and the layup by Phillip.
Patience. Maryland Eastern Shore is showing patience. Thought they were stuck. Kept pivoting, finding an open cutter.
Miller closely guarded out there by Amadou Fofana. Jean Coots, left-hand jump hook by the big guy.
Now the big fella's getting comfortable. We spoke earlier how you get comfortable in the starting lineup by playing well.
Wow. He's got a Temple career high underway here. And Temple has a 4-point lead, but the Hawks hanging around tonight. Fofana gets it to Pollard. Back to Fofana, back to Pollard. Trying to bump in against the smaller defender Miller. Corner 3 is in and out. And the rebound by Jean Cooch.
Temple doing a good job communicating even on the switching. And then Maryland East Shore creating opportunities off their defense.
There's a turnover by the Owls. Dribble penetration and an offensive foul is going to be called against Boyles. And that's going to be his second foul. And the Owls will get the ball back.
Referees are talking about it. Oh, they changed the call to a block. Said his feet was in the lane.
Wow.
Was in a Chargers circle. Let's see. Drive happened. Where's Von Cooch? He is. Ooh, looked like he was out, but looked like he was moving.
Lucas Santos, one of the officials, went over to Steven Anderson. Said something, and all of a sudden we had after further review.
Yeah, he was moving, but he was outside the charge circle, in my opinion.
A change in the call. 2 shots coming up right now for Boyles. He's got 3 points on the night. First trip to the line, and he makes the first of 2. Substitution as Thompson goes out, and coming back on for the Hawks is Zion Stiles.
Yeah. Maryland Shore putting pressure on Temple, playing downhill basketball.
Second is missed, but the rebound, the putback by Pollard is good as he beat Zach Hicks to that rebound. And we have a whistle. I think, yeah, they credited that 2-point bucket to Temple. So it's a 1-point Temple lead at 54-53.
So I'm thinking it should have been an N1 because he made the shot, but they gave him 2 free throws. So I bet you that's what they're talking about. If the bucket count, if it was a foul, then it should have been an N1. She should only got 1 free throw.
Right. All right. Well, I think we're getting ready to resume play here, and Temple will get the inbound. And look at the way they're pressuring on this inbounds pass. Here comes the trap. Temple beats it with Hicks at half court, and now White. 1 point Temple lead. 3 ball is missed over there by Zach Hicks. 1 and done as the Hawks come away with it.
Like the confidence of Zach Hicks, we call that AKA a heat check.
Nugent, one of those smaller Hawks out there, got that rebound. There's Pollard working inside on John Cooch. Good defense by Core. 13 to shoot. Penetration. The look over to the left corner, now back up top, and they try to go inside again, and there's the ball knocked out of bounds. Touch last by the Hawks. Turnover by Maryland Eastern Shore. We'll take a break.
Good scramble defense by Temple, forcing the ball out of bounds.
Under 16 minutes left, and it's a 1 point lead for the Owls over the Hawks. A look at what's happened so far for the two teams tonight. Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks with a record of 4-7. We mentioned earlier that they have lost all 7 of their road games. They allow 68 points per game. That's the fewest in the MEAC. And steals per game, they're one of the top 25 in the nation. They're second in the MEAC. Just about 10 steals per game. Not tonight, but in their previous 11 games. And then rebounding edge, 31 rebounds per game. For the Owls, co-Big 5 champions with Nova, 6-6 record. From three-point range, 34%. I'm sure Aaron McKee would like to see that number jacked up a little closer to 40. And they're last in the conference in turnover margin of almost 2 in plus-minus. All right, Temple with the ball, a 1 point lead with a lot of time left. Racing into the front court, this is Jaleel White. Now to Miller.
Defense got to be picked up by both teams. Both teams shooting over 50% from 2 and 44% from 3.
Temple's got Battle, White, Miller, John Cooch, and Hicks. Jump shot missed out there by Miller. Rebounded by the Hawks in the person of Boyles. And he'll give it over to Fofana.
Miller with 2 points, 1 for 3 shooting now from the field. You know, with Dunn being out, I think Miller got to look to be a little bit more aggressive out here to help Temple out.
Out on the wing, that is Voiles. Down low to Pollard, blocked from behind by White, out of bounds, and touched last by the blocker, White.
Lil White being active, using his wingspan, being a 6'7" perimeter guy, able to impose his will.
His first block, Temple's 5th of the night. The leading blocker for Temple with 3 is Nick Jourdain. Down low, Pollard. Jourdain got a piece, maybe of Pollard and the ball. Let's see. No, it's not going to be on Nick. That's going to be on, let's see, Dezzoni, who checked in during that timeout. Shane Dezzoni picks up the foul, and it's a 2-shot foul for Pollard of Maryland Eastern Shore.
Going for them up fakes, getting them up, getting on the free throw line, active around the rim. Temple is, and Maryland Eastern Shore is taking advantage of it, getting the 2 free throws.
Pollard makes another one. You know, I talked about how he kind of bricked up his first free throw. He hasn't missed since. He's 4 for 5.
Yeah, maybe he got warm.
We're tied at 54. This to take the lead, and Pollard makes. 55-54 Hawks. We played 5 minutes here in the second half. Here's that pressure again. Dezzoni sends it to Butler. There's the steal and the breakaway layup. Just like that as Voiles finishes. The steal, the layup, and a 3-point lead for Maryland Eastern Shore.
Well, Hasilla Miller out the game. Normally Damon Dunn will be the backup point. But with Dame Dunn out of the game, you know, Temple has to find a way.
Here's Battle, never in control on the dribble penetration. He gets a break because the ball was touched last by Fofana.
Maryland Eastern Shore being
Maryland
aggressive,
Eastern Shore.
Getting under Temple, forcing them to play fast and being very aggressive, and the referees are letting them play.
White to inbound, the Battle. He's open, he fires. No good. Over the backboard, it'll be the Hawks basketball.
Battle missing an open 3. Good look, he was open, maybe a late contest. But Maryland Eastern Shore has been having success going down to Pollard on low post and running action out of that, getting guys open shots around the perimeter.
Battle's got 9 points on the night. Damian Dunn 10, but he's not going to score anymore because he has been declared out of the game for the rest of the way. So the Owls are going to have to do it without their second best scorer tonight, and their lead scorer on the season has only 9 points to this point. Temple down by 3. Good look to Pollard off the feed from Nugent. Boy, they're moving that ball well, aren't
yes,
they?
They are. They do a good job of turning their corner off dribble handoffs. And Temple is late on the weak side. They gotta get better in that.
Under 14 to play. White dribbled it off his foot, went and got it. This is Jourdain with 14 to shoot, but Nick's all the way out near half court. Puts it on the floor, collision. I think a block's going to be called against Pollard.
They don't let you have peace handling that ball. They putting pressure on the ball, putting hands on you, making it physical, make you make a play. It's a game of toughness tonight.
Well, a lot of the game for Temple when they have it is out there closer to the half-court line than it is to the foul line.
Absolutely. Trying to run your offense from half court is never going to be a positive for you.
So team foul number 2 against the Hawks. Temple to inbound, 19 on the shot clock. White picking up that dribble and looking to his right. Dezzoni. Jourdain wants it inside. Dezzoni just content to dribble. Now he picks it up and gives it to Jourdain.
Be careful with him trying to take a charge. Look, there it is.
Look how they pick your pocket.
Man, they're aggressive. They are feisty. They're not going to allow you to try to handle the ball free spirit. You're going to feel the pressure of Maryland Eastern Shore.
Yeah, Nick Jourdain had a sizable advantage height-wise against Fofana, who's only 6'1", but quickness.
2 things there.
Beats height.
Fano is not 6'1". He's about 5'9", standing on the yellow page with Timberlands on his feet. 2, Jourdain had 8-inch height advantage. He got the ball 20 feet from the basket. Got to be better.
And that's the Manhattan yellow page.
Ah!
Long rebound off the Battle miss goes to the Hawks as they lead it by 5 at the 13:20 mark in the second half.
Battles missed his last 2 threes. Got to get something getting to the rim. Maryland Eastern Shore is being super aggressive, doing a good job of making Temple play faster than they really want to.
putting it on the floor for them is Davis, back on there for the first time in the second half is Chase Davis. Got 5 points on the night. This is Anderson. And a 3-ball up and in by Chase Davis. Fresh off the bench. 3 on the board. It's an 8-point lead for the Hawks. Their biggest in the ballgame in the first half was 9 after they had trailed earlier by 9 to Temple. Good look, battle to Jourdain for the finish. Nick Jourdain.
Good, versatile player, can play big, can play a little small, shoot the ball, but a starter with battle, not just a scorer, but able to get his teammates open coming off the handoff.
Jourdain and Battle both with 9. Top of the circle and a bank shot 3-ball by Fofana.
Where my debit card there?
Check that, not him. That was Zion Styles.
That's the third bank off the glass.
They have now made 10 of 20 from 3-point range.
Battle missed that. Hicks wide open on the corner.
Miller taking it to the hole, and he draws the foul. It's going to be against Thompson.
Early in the season, Hasir Miller would come off a pick and roll, staring down his teammates, looking to pass, and guys is getting their hands in deflection on his ball. But now he's looking to be a little bit more aggressive, which will ultimately sink in the opposing team's defense, create opportunities for passes.
That 9-point lead that Maryland Eastern Shore enjoys right now matches their biggest lead of the ball game. Miller trying to cut into it here with 2 attempts from the line. Miller now with a total of just 3 points. That was his first free throw. I'll have one more. Thompson goes to the bench, and substitution coming in here we'll get to that in just a second, for the Hawks is Troy Hubstead. Miller makes them both, and now it's a 7-point lead for the Hawks. Temple applying some token pressure in the backcourt. Battle out there closing it on Davis. Now to the bucket. Ooh, a good opportunity by Nugent. He missed, but he got fouled, and he'll go to the line for 2 shots.
Temple not communicating once again on a weak side. The ball's on this side. Everyone must be on this side of the ball to help play defense.
Timeout with 11:53 left. All of a sudden, it's getting late early as far as the Owls are concerned. They're down by 7 to the Hawks of Maryland Eastern Shore. Well, Maryland Eastern Shore getting it done here in the second half, shooting 73% from the field. They're 8 for 11 are the Hawks, and they enjoy right now a 7-point lead over Temple. Mark, this is a team that coming into tonight's game, as we look at their top scorers, Jean-Chevelle Nugent with 11, 4 for 5. Deshaun Phillip, 14 points, 6 for 9. This is like an offensive explosion. This team averaged 64 points a game in its first 11. Here with 12 minutes to go in the ball game, they got 65 points and a 7-point lead over Temple.
Listen, their ability to get downhill, Temple's struggling to guard these little quick guards from Maryland Eastern Shore. And, you know, that's one thing Aaron spoke about yesterday after practice. Like, can we keep them out the paint, which generates so much opportunity on the weak side? And so far, the answer is no.
Nugent with 2 free throws. He makes the first. He's been one of the hot guys. They've made their last 4 shots from the field. One more coming up here for Nugent at the line. And it's now back to a 9-point game at 67-58 Hawks. Nugent with 13 points. Phillip has 1 more to lead Maryland Eastern Shore. Wow. How about the defense by Styles?
Yeah,
He had about a 30-inch vertical jump there, didn't he, to knock that ball out of bounds?
He intense. Look at that. Styles intense, man. He's talking a little gravy to Jaleel White. Oh, to now Jardine. He's talking to him.
They list him at 6'3".
But he's aggressive. He's strong built guard. Like, remind me a little bit of Joe Dumars as far as his body structure.
Here's Battle. Battle really struggling against the defense and turned it over. Great defense by Glenn Anderson, a senior out of Harlem. He was all over Caleb Battle.
I like the idea of putting your head down, trying to get something at the rim. But once again, forget the last play. Body language is so important. Battle hit his head down, looked like he's in his feelings. You got to play through that. Maryland Eastern Shore, the momentum is all there.
Wow. And the Hawks have the basketball with 11.5 remaining. Up by 9. That's been the biggest lead for both. And now we have a whistle and a foul called away from the ball. And it's going to be, who was that?
I said Miller was a little holding on the
Miller?
post, trying to defend Jordan on the post. Pollard on the low post area.
They inbound to Nugent. His 3 is missed. And Hicks races to get the rebound in front of Styles.
A rare miss by Maryland Eastern Shore.
Yeah, they had gone 4 for their last 4. This is Battle working again. Threw it away. Got to force the issue. And here's a tip ball near half court, but retained by the Hawks. Styles got it. Now this is Pollard, guarded closely by Hicks. They go the other side, and the 3 ball is up and in by Chase Davis. He's hit 2 straight here in the second half, and it's a 12-point lead with 10:45 remaining. Timeout called by Aaron McKee. Wow. And you talk about a confidence level, it's off the charts right now for the Hawks of Maryland Eastern Shore.
Yes, it is.
10:41 to play, and the Owls without Damian Dunn. And, of course, without Reynolds. Going to have to find somebody to get some points. Back at the Liacouras Center in just a moment. Let's take a look at our upcoming schedules for these two teams, sponsored by Valley Forge Sports and Tourism Authority. For the Hawks, next Wednesday night, they're at Columbia up in New York City. Then St. Mary's of Maryland on January 2nd, and they're into their conference schedule, Norfolk State, Howard, and Delaware State. For the Owls, well, they are playing their final non-conference game next Wednesday night at East Carolina, followed by a home game on New Year's Day against Cincinnati, on the road at South Florida, and then home and away. Tulane home on the 7th, at Tulsa on January 10th. Harry Donahue along with Mark Jackson, as Nikki Jones is our sideline reporter again tonight, and it's all Hawks of Maryland Eastern Shore here in the last few minutes. They lead it by 12, biggest lead for either team. This is Miller working off a ball screen, threw it away. Threw it away. And with the steal that time, Chase Davis. Chase has hit a couple threes, came up with a big steal right there.
Backdoor, Temple was there on that one. Maryland East Shore momentum's in their way. Look for them attacking Temple on the weak side.
There's a little wild shot. They've only missed 2 of their last 7. That was one of them, and Temple comes away with it. Hicks sends it ahead to Miller. Back to Zach, looking for help. Here's White. Jaleel spinning his way into the lane, puts it up, and he got fouled. He'll go to the line for 2 shots. That's on Pollard, and that's going to be his 3rd personal. Team foul for the Hawks, number 5. Temple's committed 14 fouls. And to the line for the Owls, Jaleel White.
Temple, body language, do not like it. Got to be more aggressive. Got to accept the momentum's on the other way. What we need to do to change it is pick it up on defense. Maryland Eastern Shore love the fact that we know we're getting into the lane. We just got to finish. And they're doing a very good job on the offensive glass. Maryland Eastern Shore to this point, 24 points in the paint to Temple 22. Size don't matter all the time, people.
You know, Temple has shot it here just in the second half, better than 55% for the field. And yet, they are down by 11, now make it 10 as White makes both free throws. The problem with that, percentages that is, here in the second half, the Hawks are shooting at 64.
Yes, having their way.
Including 5 of their last 7 field goals they've made. All right, let's see if the Owls can tighten things up here defensively. There's Pollard. He's had a whale of a game tonight. Couldn't finish, and Hicks with the rebound. Pollard, one of the leading scorers, 11 points tonight for the Hawks. Here's another steal, another one. And at the other end, little Euro step, layup miss, rebounded by Temple. John Cooch gets it out. There's another steal at half court. And a block by Jordan. They're going to call him, what, goaltending? Yes. No foul, I don't think, just goaltending on Nick Jordan. He can't believe it.
I thought that was a good block, but it didn't start with the block. It started with the turnover. Picked his pocket.
2 empty possessions, both of them because of steals.
Yes.
That's what this team does.
Yes,
best.
Watch this. Oops, sorry, give me that. Cookies, we call this.
Quick. A lot of energy on this team.
Yes.
Huh? I mean, each guy tries to outdo the other with energy. Here's Jordan, and there's a steal.
Another turnover.
My goodness. And Temple gets into the yak. Good hustle by Jaleel White. Jaleel wants to take it himself. He's got Jordan trailing, and we got an offensive foul called on Jaleel White of Temple.
This Maryland Eastern Shore team, they are doing what they do, ladies and gentlemen. They're forcing the Temple Owls to play too fast. We got to watch this. Up in the air, you never jump past. You in the air, you shoot the ball. And you got to see the floor. Maryland Eastern Shore player was there, standing there for seconds, took the charge, ball going the other way.
Yep, Profana took the charge. And with 8:48 left, a 12-point lead in the ball for the Hawks of Maryland Eastern Shore. And Fofana will handle. And instead gives it over to Deshaun Phillip. Got to guard him. Battle reaches around his back, steals it. Caleb, way up, slammed up. Well, I guess Caleb Battle saying 2 can play this game.
They needed that. They needed that momentum.
Yeah, the Owls now trail it by 10. After the steal And the flush by Caleb Battle. 72-62, 8:30 left. Fofana being double teamed by Battle and Jourdain. We got a whistle, we got a foul call. It's against Caleb Battle. Pleads his case. What do you think? That happened right in front of us.
I thought that foul was on Jourdain, but it wasn't foul. They reached in. When you go to that double team, your job in a double team is not to get the steal. Your job is to force them to pick the ball up, and when they make the pass, to let your teammates get the steal. Sometimes the players forget that.
First personal against Caleb Battle. That is the 6th team foul against the Owls. Fofana to Phillip, back to Fofana. Drives on Jourdain, tries to bank it in, no good. Look at this, nobody around except Hawks to get the loose ball rebound and a layup by Phillip. No excuse for that.
Jourdain blocked the shot. He was standing there pointing at everybody else to get it instead of he gets it. Never assume your teammate is getting the rebound.
Jourdain short on the 3 ball early in the possession, and the Hawks come away with it. Temple has committed 4 turnovers in the last 2 minutes and 20 seconds. All of them by steals. There's another block. Oh, no, they're going to say it was out of bounds off Jaleel White, no foul. So we have another timeout. It's really getting late early here for the Temple Owls. 7:22 to play, and on the scoreboard, it's a 12-point lead for Maryland Eastern Shore. Well, when we came on the air, Mark, we talked about what this team does best. Steals. We've seen 9 of them tonight. Here's just a little highlight package. That one leading to a layup.
And a lot of the steals have not been off double teams or trapping. It's been one-on-one, just taking the ball from you.
Look at that.
Like running the pass lane. So a lot of that has to do with Temple's not aggressive passing, but also just hard and hustle. Just taking the Temple lunch money.
Well, that's one thing, though, that head coach Jason Crafton, now in his 4th season, stresses every day in practice. Hustle, getting the passing lanes. I mean, like you said, it's nothing real fancy. It's just anticipating and being there. And that comes with desire and, like we say, hustle.
I agree.
And that's part of the culture that he's developed for the Hawks.
I agree.
They average 9.9, so 10 a game, and they're sitting on 9 right now with 7:22 left. Front end of a 1-1 by Boyles. Good. He's got now 7 points, and the lead is up to 13 for Maryland Eastern Shore. Out of bounds. Hicks was the last guy to touch it, and the Hawks will have 20 on the shot clock as they will inbound.
Let me tell you how that happened. Pollard pushed Jahlil White so far under the rim that he had no opportunity to get the rebound, and Zach Hicks tried to save Jahlil by coming over Pollard's back, but unfortunately he lost out of bounds. This is just a game of toughness and just will.
So the Hawks inbound. Battle playing some defense against Phillip. Now Miller facing up on Pavetta. Pollard setting that screen up top. Phillip to the lane. Pollard came up with a loose ball. Another block shot by Hicks, and there's a shot clock violation.
No, ball hit the rim.
Okay.
Ball hit the rim.
I thought they were going to call it.
Temple is like to me, I'm seeing Temple as like a fighter in the ring, having a referee to save him. Right now, they're looking for refs to make calls. You got to play to the whistle plays.
Yeah.
You can't be looking at the refs to bail you out.
Temple will inbound. Miller will throw it in. Battle nearly had it picked again. This is Battle from the corner. No. And the rebound goes to the Hawks. In control of it, Phillip. White out the guard, deep. Coming off the screen over there is Styles to the basket, lays it up and in over Nick Jourdain.
Leading the team in three-point percentage, but can get to the rim in Styles, and that's what he just didn't fit it there.
15-point game, 6:19 left. Jahlil White in the lane, turnaround jumper, no. Jourdain with the rebound, the outlet, Miller for three. Won't go. And there's Pollard with another rebound for the Hawks. That's his 8th in the ball game. He leads Maryland Eastern Shore. 7 rebounds for Caleb Battle. Here's a travel by Pollard. Turnover against the Hawks. And Temple will have it with just under 6 to play. 77-62. Maryland Eastern Shore. Well, this will be their first road win if they can maintain this margin, and probably their biggest win in a long time.
Yeah, Temple needs to get something going downhill and open up something on the weak side.
Battles missed 3 again.
But right now, staying around perimeter is not the answer Temple need. And missing your big fella down low. When you get in Christ like that, when the ball's not going in, you can always throw it down to big fella Jamil, and him being out for 6 weeks is a prime example. And Dunny not being in.
Zion Styles for 3, no, and the rebound goes to White. Outlets quickly to Miller against the numbers. He'll take it to the basket, lay it up and in. Nasir Miller, that was like 1-on-3.
Yeah, able to use his quickness to get his shoulders past the defender to finish at the rim.
Approaching the 5-minute mark, but the Owls have dug themselves a hole. They trail by 13. Davis, Pollard, they let him alone out there.
Maryland East Shore is having success playing one-on-one, getting to the rim, getting downhill.
Boyles guarded by White, one of Temple's best defenders. Pollard gets Jourdain to leave his feet, and Nick comes back, and they're going to call shot clock violation. It's either going to be a foul, a goaltend, or a shot clock violation, and that's what it was.
Jourdain didn't give up. First of all, stay down your feet, but watch this second chance.
Wow.
Getting up, creating opportunity, and blocking that shot. Great defense by Jourdain.
Now,
hey, stay
does
down
he
your
get
feet,
a block before because the ball didn't hit the rim?
Yes,
okay.
He gets a block for that. So that'd be 4 for him?
That would be, I have him for 4. Yeah, he and White both with 4. Oh, there's a free ball by Nasir Miller.
The Newman Garetti guard coming up now.
10-point game. Still got 4:34 left. We got a timeout. And White exchanging a little, what did you call it, gravy? Or
yeah, we changed a little gravy. But you got to be careful because he followed the University of Maryland Eastern Shore player, and the referee was about to hit him with a tech, but Aaron McKee had to come out and grab him. Yeah.
That was a job for the head coach. 10-point game, 4:34 left. Action Jackson coming up when we come back to the Liacouras Center. Oh, we're going to stay here. So
Temple has to do better. Momentum's coming their way. They have to lead down to 10. Got to keep the intensity. Got to get something at the rim. And they got to guard. They got to guard one-on-one. Maryland Shore is doing a good job of playing one-on-one basketball. Just get downhill.
Zach Hicks leading Temple. He's one of 3 scorers in double digits tonight. Zach has 14 points. Came out hot, hit his first 3 threes. He's 4 for 6 beyond the arc. Temple as a team is 8 for 24 beyond the line. But how about Maryland Eastern Shore? The Hawks have made 11 of their 23 shots beyond the three-point line. They also have 18 assists compared to Temple's 14 assists. But we still have time with 4:34 left. Temple playing without Damian Dunn here in the second half. He got injured early with a shot to the head or the face and was taken out for precautionary reasons, I assume. No word as yet from the locker room, but Damian, of course, the second leading scorer behind Caleb Battle. Their third leading scorer, he'll be out for the next 6 to 8 weeks. Talking about Mr. Reynolds with that surgery on a thumb. He's had apparently a problem with that thumb all season.
Yes.
And it's just gotten progressively worse, and they've decided let's shut him down for a while.
And didn't want to get the surgery. He's kind of.
Did you ever have a thumb injury?
Oh, man, I played with it my first year at Temple. Had to tape it up, played with it the whole year.
Shooting hand or the left hand?
Shooting hand. But, when you're a great shooter, stuff like that don't affect you. Let's be me and you. But, the big fella here. So right now, this is a guy who gets you buckets around the rim. You can throw it to him. He's going to create a foul or a bucket every time down the floor. And he's a great rebounder. And then not just that, then with Dunn not being in the lineup, another guy like to score around the rim. So you're missing your 2 guys who get stuff done in the trenches. And now you're relying strictly on jump shooting. And then it's not going your way. Even though, to me, this Maryland Eastern Shore team is just having their way, getting downhill. And Temple's struggling to guard on one-on-one.
We have seen a lot of Nick Jourdain in this game tonight. This is probably the most he's played all season. He didn't start the game. Instead, in place of Jameer Reynolds, to start, second straight one for Kor Jankuc. And Kor played pretty well in that first half, both offensively, defensively, rebounding the basketball. He had 8 points, hasn't scored here in the second half, and 4 rebounds. But it's been Nick Jourdain at that big spot for Temple most of the second half. All right, here we go in the final 4.5 minutes. The Owls down by 10 points.
Let's see what Coach Kraft got coming out of his timeout.
Spinning along the baseline on White and then kicking it to Pollard. And we got an offensive foul. Pollard lowered the shoulder into Nick Jourdain, who took the charge, and Temple will get it back.
Absolutely. Pollard, he's a very aggressive guy. Unfortunately, it didn't go his way right here.
That was his 4th.
And if he get that 5th, they're in trouble because he's had a major impact.
Hicks, as they beat the press, taking it inside. There's a steal. Number 10 on the night for the Hawks.
You think you got a guy beat that's so fast that you beat one guy, the other guy's right there. That's when the benefit's going small.
Wow. They had 18 steals in their last game, a win at home against Clark Summit, and there's a layup. That was Pollard again. So he made up for the charge on the last possession, and the lead is back to 12 with about 3:40 left. Hicks, Jourdain, flush. Nick Jourdain from Zach Hicks.
Now, last possession, Pollard got the bucket, but it started with the Maryland East Shore guard getting downhill. Temple got to keep these guys in front, but it's easier said than done.
Nick Jourdain now with 11 points, joining the double-digit in points club for Temple tonight.
Glenn Anderson is here at the point guard. His speed is not.
Yeah, Miller having a tough time keeping up. A good no-look pass to the corner. The 3 ball, Davis missed. A rebound, weak side, Miller outlets. This is White. This is Hicks now along the baseline. Battle, you know where he's gone. Right to the basket to lay it up and in. 8-point game. Under 3 left. Caleb Battle with the finish. He's got 13.
Temple needs back-to-back stops. Maryland Eastern Shore, I wouldn't stop getting this guy, Glenn Anderson, going downhill because he's getting a lane. He's opening opportunities for everyone else.
This is Nugent dribbling around with a much taller defender, Zach Hicks, on him. Shot clock's at 8. Nugent had it stripped away, stolen by Miller. This is White to the basket. The layup's good, and it's a 6-point game with 2:20 to play. Temple on a little bit of a run now. The Owls on a 6-0 run over the last minute and 17 seconds. Stepping up the defense.
And look what Coach Kraft is doing. He's coming off the bench with 3 more guards. He could do the same thing.
Well. 2 minutes and 10 seconds to play. We got a timeout at the Liacouras Center. Things are getting heated up. Maryland Eastern Shore by 6 points.
For today's numbers with Nikki, there's a lot of numbers to talk about, but first for Temple, Zach Hicks with 14 points. He's really leading the way for Temple. He started off hot, but has cooled down as of late. And on the other side for UMES, Deshaun Phillip with 16 points, 7 of 10 from the field. And it's really been a team effort on the UMES side. 3 others with double-digit points, and 3 others are not far behind that.
Thanks, Nikki. So in the what have you done for me lately department, Mark, Temple on a 6-0 run in the last minute and a half. The Owls have made 5 of their last 5 from the field. And for the Hawks, they've turned it over 4 times in the last 4 minutes and 19 seconds. And that's how Temple has got it down to a 6-point game when they had trailed at the 6:29 mark just about 4 minutes ago by 15 points.
Yeah, Temple was hitting with their own medicine, getting in the passing lane, creating opportunities off of turnovers. But now they got their other guys back in. So let's see how it happens.
On the floor is Nugent, Davis, Stiles, Pollard, and Anderson for Coach Crafton and the Hawks of Maryland Eastern Shore. Pollard, good defense, out of bounds off Pollard. The defense provided by Nick Jourdain.
Pollard was trying to initiate the contact, hoping the refs would bail him out. You know, it looked like it's reversed the tide here. Referee said, no, you got to play through that, young man.
Owls with a 6-0 run. Can they extend it in the final 2 minutes here? Trailing by 6. Got to be careful with that basketball. Miller Pollard guards. Miller from deep range won't go, and the rebound goes out of bounds. Touched last by the shooter. It's going to be Maryland Eastern Shore possession.
You know, that's a confident shot by Hassan Miller. You know, was it a good shot? I don't think it was a horrible shot. I think he got something better. Maybe work the clock out something good. Trying to get a quick bucket. Under 2 minutes left in the game.
Well, Miller may be the third option there on offense behind Caleb Battle and Zach Hicks.
Yeah, and the way Jardine is playing.
Right. Final minute and a half.
So watch the Styles cutting through the lane, allowing his point guard to turn the corner, as you can see, just what I predicted.
Working in the middle. Jump shot miss. Then we have a foul call. I think it's going to be against Nick Jourdain as Pollard got the rebound. And then the whistle. Yep, Nick Jourdain will pick up that foul. That's only his second team foul, number 8.
Even more important, Nathaniel Pollard Jr. That's his 5th offensive rebound.
Wow.
5th.
Remember always talking to Fran Dunphy about rebounding. He said the only ones that count are the offensive rebounds.
Yes, exactly.
All right, here's Pollard at the line. Ever since I jinxed him with his first, which was a semi-brick, he's made everything else.
He heard you.
He heard me. Way to respond. Okay, he missed that one. He's 6 of 8.
And another rebound
Off the
Maryland
missed free throw.
Eastern Shore.
That's a killer. 7-point lead. Nearly a backcourt. Temple comes away with it. This is Miller. No, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Temple pressure, able to get a good one there. With a minute and 5 left. Hassan Miller at the line for 2.
Clock is not your friend right now with a minute 5 left. Temple down by 7. And that was team foul number 8. We got a 1-and-1 here for Hassan Miller. Got to make that first one. He's 2 for 2 so far. Oh, no, that's right. He was fouled in the act, so 2 shots. 3 for 3 now is Miller.
Should have been backcourt. Refs didn't see it that way. Going away, Hassan Miller getting fouled in transition.
Yeah, the guy that sprung the ball loose was Nick Jourdain.
Again, we calling his name a lot.
All right, back-to-back free throws by Hassan makes it a 5-point game. We got a substitution, maybe a little offense-defense here.
Yes.
Miller's out. Jean Couch is on. First time we've seen Core out there in a long time.
Maybe stiff, but you know what? They get out rebounded. They need to get some rebounds.
Good pressure by the Owls. Phillip gets it across half court. Driving to the basket. No good. And the rebound taken away by Battle off the miss by Styles. He'll take it all the way. He'll put it up. He'll put it in. Caleb Battle makes it a 3-point game. 47 seconds left.
Momentum, Temple. They got a big lineup in.
Down low. We got a goaltending call against Temple. That was the only choice, really, that Core Jean Couch had, was to try to go up and get that shot by Boyles. And once again, we have Miller coming in and Jean Couch to the bench. 5-point game. Hawks on top. Just about 40 seconds to play. Temple could not take too long here.
Need a quick one.
Miller. Miller under the basket. 3 balls. Zach Hicks. No, but he's fouled in the act of the 3. And he'll get 3 opportunities at the line, where already tonight, well, actually, he's making his first trip to the line. How about that? He's 5 for 7 overall from the field, 4 of 6 from 3-point range.
I didn't see the foul on that. I thought he ran through him. I thought it was clear. But the ref said he got him around the hip area.
That was the 18th foul. Or, excuse me, that was the 19th foul against the Hawks. Ooh, Hicks misses the first.
Camden Catholic's finest at the free throw line, shooting 3, missed the first one.
For the season, he's a 70% free throw shooter. 14 of 21 now, make it 15 of 22, and he has another one coming. All right, once again, the defense substitution for Aaron McKee. Jean Couch is on. Miller will take a seat for a little bit. Miller missed 2 of the 3, but the Owls get it back. Jourdain missed, and the rebound goes to the Hawks. Big rebound there in the final 27 seconds. It looked like Nick Jourdain, if he had maintained that rebound, would have had maybe a layup.
Yes, balanced, patient. Watch the rebound right now. Rush, try to shoot, to pretty much do a 360 in the air. The most important thing when guys get around the rim, they have to understand you have 3 seconds. Pivot. I know you need a quick bucket, but you have enough. 1 second is all you need to get your balance to power through that. Nick Jourdain went a little bit too fast there.
Kevon Voyles will go to the line for a 1-and-1 with 27 seconds left. And his Hawks are up by 4. Voyles 2 for 4 at the line. He missed. The rebound is taken by Maryland Eastern Shore. Oh, that will be the play of the night, getting that offensive board. Jourdain was able to come up with a forced turnover. Out of bounds, it's going to be Temple basketball with 17 seconds left. The Owls are down by 4.
The referee is going to review it. Called out of bounds. The other ref called, said we must review the play.
Phillip was gone nuts after the whistle blew, indicating he had touched it. So they'll take a look at the monitor and see what happens.
It's clearly off of him, but I thought it was a foul before that. A few fouls coming.
All right, we're getting an explanation.
Thank you.
So they'll see when the ball landed out of bounds to determine how much time is left.
Yeah.
Right now the clock's showing 17 and a half seconds. And it's going to be Temple basketball, so the Owls will get it back. They trail by 4. Boy, a lot of action here in the last 2 or 3 minutes of this game. Temple's made 6 of its last 8 shots to close what had been a 15-point lead for the Hawks. The closest they got was 3. Right now they're down by 4. Jourdain is out there with Battle, White, Miller, and Hicks.
Let's see what Coach
They got some options. Here comes Miller. He almost went for the steal. They give it to Battle. He fires. It's long, an air ball. And a foul is called, and that may do it with 9 seconds left. Big rebound off the miss by Battle, by Phillip. And that was the 10th Temple foul, so the 2-shot penalty will be enforced here. And 2 opportunities to pretty much put it on ice for Phillip, who so far tonight has not been to the line. He's got 16 points on 7 for 10 from the field goal and 2 of 5 from three-point range. There's one in. And now it's a 5-point game. And the Hawks feeling pretty confident. One more for Phillip. Made them both. Phillip has 17 points. And here comes Temple in the final 7 seconds. Trailing by 6. Shot is missed by Miller. Rebounded by the Hawks. And a foul is called against the Owls with only 0.6 of a second to go.
Maryland Eastern Shore's defense, aggression, and on both ends of the floor got them where they at now.
Yeah, you know, we knew about their defense, and they put it on display time and time again tonight. Big time. Big time. 2 free throws coming up here for Kevon Voyles. Makes first. They had 10 steals, matching their average. Seems like they had 110, didn't it, at one point?
Exactly.
2 for Voyles, 8-point game. And that's going to do it. So our final score here at the Liacouras Center in a big win for the University of Maryland Eastern Shore over the Temple University Owls. The Hawks 86 and the Owls 78. We're going to take a look now at our